Hey there. I'm Lori, and I survived COVID-19. This is a really hard video to make for quite a few reasons, and I wasn't sure if I was actually going to do it or not, but it's my story. It's part of my life's journey now. I want to first off start by saying that I was very safe. I haven't even been in a grocery store for a year and a half. I get groceries delivered to our house and I wash them before they come into my house. I work from home and I, my husband, he still has to work and but he's very safe too. He washes his hands all the time and he wears a mask and gloves and all that. And uh, it's something that I know some people are going to think that, maybe I was at a restaurant or whatever, but I haven't even been in a restaurant for a year and a half. And yeah, I've been as safe as possible. And my husband got it, and I got it from him. And the thing is that he just one day said he wasn't feeling great. He was kind of feeling tired, whatever. And then the next day he was kind of feeling the same way. And he was like, if I feel this way tomorrow, I think I'm going to go and get a test just to be sure. And sure enough, the next day he was still not feeling well. So he went and got a test. And the next morning he got a phone call saying that he tested positive for COVID-19. And now, when I heard that, I panicked a bit, and because I still perfectly was fine, and even him, he just wasn't feeling great. But they said to my husband Darren, they said to him that I needed to go and get a test as well. So I went and I took the test, and it was the gargle test, and I totally felt fine. I drove there, I was listening to my music, I drove home listening to my music, whatever. But actually I'll insert a video clip of when I got home, because I was like, oh, I'll come in and I'll tell you the story of what that was about. I just had to get a COVID test. So if you want a story time, keep watching. When I came in, I got a bit distracted or whatever, and I forgot to film. Well, the next day, I got a text saying that my test came back positive for COVID-19. So here I am sitting on the couch, looking at my phone, and it says I have COVID-19. I'm gonna cry for a second. I didn't really know what to think, because, like I said, I didn't have any symptoms. I was like, okay, well, maybe I won't have any symptoms. Maybe I could just get through this and quarantine, which will be fine. And I'm not kidding you. The very next day, I woke up, I drank a glass of water or whatever, and all of a sudden, I just felt bam, I felt like I got hit by a big car or an SUV or something. I just felt like I was, oh, my whole body hurt. I was like, I need to go sit down. So I went to the couch and I'm just sitting there going, oh no, this isn't good. And I remember trying to get off the couch, and it was like I couldn't. And then at that moment I got really scared. And So, anyways, I have a list of symptoms because I know the first thing everybody wants to know is what are your symptoms. So I wrote down a list of the most common, the less common, and then the serious ones. So I'll go through all of the symptoms that somebody might have with COVID-19, and I'll let you know if I had them and how bad they were, or if I didn't have them at all. So the first thing is, at some point in this video, there's a chance I might say the wrong word or I might not be able to think of a word because I have brain fog. Brain fog is where things are just like kind of cloudy, and like my husband, he keeps trying to say ginger ale, but he always says Gatorade now. He's like, I need Gatorade. And I was like, okay, well, there's some here. And he's like, no, ginger ale. I'm like, okay, well, anyways. But yeah, so I couldn't think of the word trampoline the other day. Like I was looking at a trampoline and I couldn't say it. It was so weird. So yeah, I'm sorry in advance if I mess up my words or whatever. So some of the most common symptoms: fever. I did have a fever. I don't exactly know what my fever was because we didn't have a thermometer, but I had like the cold sweats, the chills. I was hot. I was really hot. That lasted for 5, almost 6 days. It was brutal. I couldn't get rid of this fever. Anyways, next, dry cough. Very minimal. I did not cough very often. My throat maybe felt a little bit dry, but I wasn't like coughing a bunch. Tiredness. Let me tell you, I was so tired. I was so tired. It was extreme. I've never been so tired in my life. Actually, I'll insert a video of when I took the dogs out just on my patio. I went from my patio door out to the little, like the gate to let the dogs down to go to the bathroom, and walking from the gate back to the house felt like it took me forever, and I just started crying. It's like, what, 12 feet? I don't know, but it took me so long and I was so tired. So here, watch this. I just took the dogs out and I'm walking back to the house so slowly. Okay. Next, some of the less common things that some people get are aches. Well, my whole body ached from my head down to my toes, and just everything hurt. Sore throat, yeah, just like I said, it's very slight sore throat. Not really sore, I would say, just more dry. Diarrhea, yes, that's a thing. I know that is too much information, but also at the end of this video, I might add in a little more TMI. So if you want, watch till the end. Headache, yes and no. I didn't have a headache the whole 2 weeks, but I did have a headache on and off for the whole 2 weeks, if that makes sense. Rash, apparently that's a thing. I didn't get a rash. I don't know. And loss of taste and smell. This is a huge one. Everybody assumed that Darren and I both lost our taste and smell. We didn't. Neither one of us did. We were able to smell and taste for the whole we never lost it. And it was actually very rude because I physically was so exhausted. I couldn't eat. But I was so hungry, and our neighbors are so amazing. They actually made us a pot of homemade chicken noodle soup, just packed with veggies, like the soup pot was so full, and they made scones, and I'm telling you, it was a total lifesaver. Like, Darren will attest to this. Like, he thinks it saved our lives because there was no way that I was going to be able to cook. And it's funny because when she made it, I still was feeling like, okay, I was just in pain. Remember, I was saying I was in pain. Well, I had just made a grilled cheese sandwich, and then the soup shows up at our front door. I was like, what is this? I'll show you a picture. But yeah, so yeah, it tasted so good, right? But I was only able to eat like maybe 4 or 5 spoonfuls a day. I just physically couldn't, but it tasted so good. Like, I almost feel like my sense of smell like enhanced a bit, which is weird, but yeah. And I was just always so hungry. But the opposite for Darren, because Darren didn't have an appetite. He had to force himself to eat some of the soup. So next is the complicated symptoms. See, I couldn't think of the word symptoms. Difficulty breathing the entire time. So once I felt like I got hit by a car, the next day is when I noticed that my breathing was completely different. It was very shallow, and it almost hurt to breathe. So when I'm trying to talk, it hurts to breathe and sleep. When I breathe in so hard. And gradually I wasn't able to talk anymore, and that's another symptom, is loss of speech. I could barely talk to Darren. I just could barely get any words out. And I remember at one point, it was like a week and a bit into it, and my friend Bailey wanted to like help me, and like she's like, what can I get for you? So she went to the store for us, and she got like ginger ale, and she bought me flowers and gum. It was just so nice. But I remember standing at my window and she was on my front yard, and I was trying to talk to her, and it was so hard. Like, I could barely get the words out that I wanted to, and it was like the longest I had stood in over a week. I was like, our windowsill is very shallow, and I was like resting on it, and she broke down into tears too. I know I wouldn't have wanted to see me that way, but yeah, so that was hard. And our neighbor Ron, the neighbors on the other side of us, he is so awesome. He mowed our front yard for us. It was so nice of him. But there was a couple times where I would see him outside, like if I had taken the dogs out and I saw him on the balcony or whatever, and I would try and talk to him, and I couldn't, because I couldn't really get the words out. And he's like, oh my God, he's like, you need to go back in. Like, you shouldn't. I know he felt so bad. Oh. Anyways, I was able to talk to him the other day, and I sounded like this, and he's like, oh my God, I'm so happy to hear your voice again. Yeah. Anyways, chest pain. I had chest pain. I did. It was really weird. Like I couldn't yawn. If I yawned, oh my gosh, it hurts. It hurt like down into my chest. Come here. Sorry, Ted needs up. Yeah, I had a really hard time, and there was 2 times where I almost called 911, but I didn't. I was able to work through it. This one specific time, Darren hadn't been out of bed for like almost an entire day. He was basically bedridden. Like he could not get out of bed. He couldn't look this way or this way. Anyways, it was like my breath was getting more and more shallow and slower, and I was really trying to focus on my breathing. And like I said, Darren hadn't been out of bed for almost a day, and he comes into the living room and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No." And he went to our game room, or his game room, and took the mattress off of the futon and brought it into the living room, put it on the floor, and he's like, "Lay on your stomach." And I was like, "Okay." So I went over and I laid on the mattress, and I was able to breathe again. I was laying on my stomach and I was able to breathe again. And that was one of like the scariest moments for me. And it was so weird that he came out right in that moment. It was like he knew that I needed him. And from that time on, if I was struggling like that, I would lay. Actually, I basically stayed on the futon mattress on the floor for like 4 days. And so that was the end of the serious things. I physically couldn't laugh, and if you have watched any of my videos before, you will know that I enjoy laughing. Like a lot. I love laughing. I physically couldn't laugh. I had to watch shows that were like sad or scary, or my friend Andrea, she told me that I should watch this like jail show. I think it's called Jailbirds. That helped. Like I binged that all day one day, and it was great. Thank you, Andrea. I will tell you this. I was terrified of our stairs, not for falling down them, but the physical act of having to use them. So I waited till like I had to do laundry, and then I brought the laundry down the stairs, and I had to go like one stair at a time. And I got to the bottom and I was like, "Oh my gosh." Put the laundry in, and then for me to walk back up the stairs, it's like we kind of have like a two like there's like a platform and then you go back up. So to get to the first platform took me so long, and then I had to like catch my breath and then go up the stairs to the top, and then like catch my breath before I could make it to the couch. And and then I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to do this again to go and switch the laundry. Like, why?" Anyways, okay. I don't want to make this video 100 years long. So if there's anything that you guys want to know about, please go ahead and comment down below. I will be transparent and honest. If there's any information that I could give you, let me know. And I plan on coming back and being stronger than ever, even though it's going to take me a little while. I am still very, very tired. I only just started to be able to really laugh the last 2 days or so. He wants you to pet his belly. Can you? He also wants you to subscribe, so maybe you should just go ahead and click subscribe. See, look at his face. He says, click subscribe from my mom. uh, Thank you so much for watching, and I am so sorry that I have not put up a video for the last 3.5 weeks. I hope to never take that long of a break again. And please stay safe, and I don't want anybody to feel alone. If you do get this, just do your best to pull through, reach out to people, and if you've lost somebody to COVID-19, I am incredibly sorry. And I'm sorry to that person who lost their battle, because I know how bad my symptoms were, and if they were worse, I just feel so bad. It is a real thing. For anybody that says that it's just a flu, yeah, maybe there are some flu-like symptoms, for sure. But for the people that get it really bad, it's not just a flu. Please be compassionate. Please be kind to people. And a lot of people suffer in silence, too. There might be people out there that you will never know that they had it or what they went through. Just please be kind to people. That is my message. That is my whole goal for my YouTube channel. I just want to spread happiness and real life stories. So that's it for me today. I'll see you in the next video. I have a snack crate to open. I'm hoping that I will have enough energy to film that for you tomorrow, and I'll post it in the next couple days. So thank you so much. Oh, and the TMI, if you don't want any more like TMI information, you can go ahead and do your thing now. Bye. But I was supposed to have my Aunt Flo, like my period was supposed to show up while I had COVID, and it never showed. And I was actually very grateful for that. But a week after I was basically like out of quarantine, it came, and it was really bad. It just, everything hurt so much more than normal. I was very emotional. I'm still emotional. And just like, I'm a little bit easily agitated, which isn't very normal for me. But yeah, so anyways, it was just rough. It was really rough. And I am so happy that I can tell this story and all of those things. Okay. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.